we're about 6 or 7 minutes away from the next race at Healesville, but it's now time to catch up with our great friend here on RSN Central, Dean Evans, who has been superb for us all spring from Winning Edge Investments. Dean, hello to you.
Hi Gareth, how you going?
Good, thanks mate. Another really exciting weekend of racing, and we're going to concentrate on the new race there in Sydney tomorrow, the invitation for the mares, and we might go through runner by runner. And Ronnie Duffy just before gave Madame Rouge a good push, says it's the perfect Chris Waller preparation for her. She's at $26. Do you share his optimism here?
Yeah, I think she's a big price. She was a Group 2 winner over the 1,400 metres. She did run second, beating her nose in the Stradbroke. And she didn't get much clear running room when she was a close sixth in the Golden Pendant last start. I think she's primed for this. And I think the key to this race is that it's going to be on what I think is a really dry track, which is what Madame Rouge loves. I think it's at $26. I see her as a winning chance.
All right, then. So that's a good push for her there in the invitation. What about the stablemate Nudge? She's second up and she's around $12.
Yeah, she's a Group 3 winner and a Group 1 place mare. She was a pretty good run first up at Caulfield over 1,200. She was a close third, and she may have won if she didn't sort of get shunted off the track there, running the fourth quickest last 400 metres of the day. She's another horse that I think, if there's enough pace on, she can certainly be a sweeper. It'll probably depend how the track's playing, but I think she's capable of giving it a shake.
Do you give Sweet Deal a chance there for Johnny Thompson and Josh Parr?
Solid on pacer, seems to run her best races for Nashville Willer, and he's not riding tomorrow. I've sort of left her out of my key numbers. I think there's a few going in better form at the moment.
Can Forbidden Love, in a way, find her best form here tomorrow? She's trained by the Freedmans and Rachel King takes the ride. She's
been below par with prep. I just don't think she's going as well as she was as a 3-year-old filly. And the other key, I think, is, when she was running her best wins in sort of the Gosford Guineas and the Surround, it was on those sort of rain-affected tracks, and she's just not going to get that tomorrow. So I think she needs to get her feet a bit wetter to be threatening here.
Can the Victoria Mare Media Award win first up in this field?
I think it's a tough ask. She maps to be a long way back to her first run of the prep. I think she'll be running on hard, but I don't see her as a winning chance.
Entrevier, she's the superstar mare from New Zealand. Tommy Berry takes over from James McDonald, who, of course, is riding here at Moonee Valley tomorrow afternoon. Does she deserve to be the $2.90 favourite?
Look, on paper, she probably deserves to be favourite with 9 starts for 6 wins and 3 placings. She sort of won the Shirako impressively, and then she was third in the Golden Pendant, and she was in season. I think that the issue I've got with her, she sort of maps again to be a fair way back on this dry track, and something that James McDonald said after both of her runs was actually crying out for a bit of rain and given the ground, and if the track's firm, it's not ideal for her. So I think at the $3, the way she maps and on a firm track, I have to bet around her.
All right, then. So we take on the New Zealand mare. We've been waiting for Vangelic since she started with us nearly a month ago, just over a month ago, where it was a long-term bet, a future bet for us. You still confident with her chances?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yep.
The first session we had, she was sort of a $26 chance at the time, and I advised we back her in futures. And look, she's been flying. She won the Golden Pendant really impressively, which I think is sort of a key lead up to this race. And then you can just forget the Silver Eagle. She got chopped out of the race on the turn when the horse broke down, and you just put a pen through it. She's either going to lead or sit outside the leader. And on this firm track with Tim Clark riding her in front, I just still think she's going to be very hard to beat.
Can Rocker Clock improve enough second up to be competitive here?
She's another one. I've just got mapping a long way back, and she does have a powerful finish. I think she'll be hitting the line hard, but I've got others ahead of her the way she maps.
Can Madam Legend, the 9 for Les Bridge, be dangerous on pace?
She's been solid this prep. She won the Tibby and was fourth in the Niverson. She sort of maps all right. I see her as one that's sort of going to be there and thereabouts, but I think there's a few others with more class than her in this field.
Does Ice Bath need the rain to win, or do you think she can still do it on top of the ground?
I think it makes it a lot harder for her on top of the ground. She's only won 1 from 15 on a firm surface, and I just think the way Randwick's been playing, it went from a heavy 9 to a good track last week, and there's been virtually no rain this week. So, Ice Bath would have been a huge chance, even just a soft 5 or a soft 6, but I think the good track's going to make it hard for her to win the race from the barrier.
Tricky Girl's a consistent galloper.
Yeah, look, I don't mind her.
Okay.
You know, I think she sort of still last in the wide gate in Medicine first up and flew home for second. She ran the quickest last 800 of the day. Last prep second up, she ran second in the Guy Walter over the track and distance, and she ran second to Crow, and he was flying, and then won the Coolmore, and she beat Home Ice Bath, who's rated highly in this race. So I think she's a good knockout, Tricky Girl.
What about Star Tontes, the filly for Robbie Heathcote from Queensland?
Look, she's been going well, but I just think she's sort of seventh up here. It's a real afterthought after the Golden Road and then the Flight Stakes. She's well weighted and she's been going well, but I just have to bet her around her on the prep. I think there's others that have sort of been set for this race.
If any of the emergencies going to start, Masaki More Profits or Bellucci Bay, could they figure?
I think Yamazaki's kind of a handy mare who can really fly home and sort of run a place late, but I'm not regarding any of them. There's no winning chance.
So who's the tip, mate?
So look, I've got Vangelic on top. Hopefully the listeners took some of those $26 in futures early, and I think the value around them is sort of Madame Rouge, Tricky Gale, and Nudge.
All right, who wins the Cox Plate?
Look, I quite like State of Rest. I think he won over in America there, just showed a really impressive turn of foot, and that's the same sort of form line that the O'Brien's brought Adelaide over with. The sort of $12, I think, is value, and possibly the one who can run down, Zaki, who rates pretty highly.
Who wins the Matacado?
It's a tricky race. Have to see how the track's playing. If the fence is okay, then I quite like the mare Bella Nipotina.
Yep.
And if they're swooping, I think there's sort of a bit of value around the likes of Express Pass and What's That.
All right, mate, you go and enjoy yourself. And for any of our listeners on RSN 927, to get all of the best mail from Winning Edge Investments, just follow the prompts. And if you dial in RSN 927 or RSN, you get 50% off. So everyone should do that, Dino. Enjoy your weekend.
Thank you, Gareth. Have a great week.